Hi, Elite Drill Chad here. Today we will be analyzing episode 5 to 10 of SKIBIDI Wardrobe by Sandro Meki. Go sub to him. Let's just dive into it. Episode 6 begins with a military wardrobe flying over and saying something to another wardrobe. It is clear that this area was some sort of a base before it got taken over by the wardrobes, and Titan Speakerman must clean the mess, as we see him do right after when he shoots down the wardrobe. Titan Speakerman jumps into the scene, and cool entrance, bro. Are you ready to kill some wardrobes? You better be, because there is one right there. He has dual laser cannons, and isn't this strange? The lasers aren't orange, which represents the wardrobes, but they are instead red for some reason. He has some sort of a symbol on his wardrobe that I can't make out, but it probably is some sort of an elite squad for the wardrobes, or maybe just for the wardrobes in general. He seems to be laughing his little wardrobe off until he gets shot down by Titan Speakerman. Behind him approaches a SKIBIDI with a wielding mask and a saw arm that nearly cuts off Titan's cannon. But he jumps back to avoid it. While he is in the air, he fires a shot, but the wielding mask protects the bug from getting hit, so the Titan violently punches him and throws him back with a soundwave form his jetpack. We turn over and see a microphone man operating a minigun turret. I really searched all over the internet and still couldn't find the origin of this gun, but Sandro probably modified it heaps, because it literally has speakers attached to it. In the background, we can see a tank full of... I actually don't know, but I certainly know that this turret can easily send 3 wardrobes down to the abyss within a second. The microphone man hops out, and we turn to see an injured Titan speaker man with a burning cannon, having to remove it. This scene is a reference to episode 55 of SKIBIDI Toilet, as it shows Titan having to remove his burning cannon, and then looking at the POV cameraman oddly disappointed. Then the episode ends, and here, episode 7 will begin. It starts off with 3 wardrobes smiling, and the middle one has lasers that are the right color for once. They are behind some sort of A barrier, and there is also a stop sign, as well as a satellite in the background. Also, you may have noticed how the right SKIBIDI has something in his mouth. I don't know why that is, but we turn over to see a huge blindfolded saw SKIBIDI smiling as a cameraman tries to run from the ugly idiot. Titan Speakerman flies in and destroys this idiot, but he is stopped by a rocket from none other than the boss SKIBIDI. This ugly, acoustic, idiotic, bald-headed, stupid monster with no brain cells and no father has 2 rocket cannons, 6 lasers, and a jetpack, and some sort of electric fuse in his wardrobe and no father or brain cells. He is so stupid and restarted, and I want to break his restarted ugly wardrobe back to the hell where he came from, because nothing like this wouldn't come from hell. He is the stupidest thing ever. The gap between his teeth make it look like his tongue is in jail. He has no friends, and he was probably found in trash can on Halloween Day, because that is the day that people dress up in ugly costumes, or maybe on a highway, because that is where most accidents happen. While we are on the topic of trash cans, his wardrobe contains more junk than a typical trash can does, because he is the most ugliest, useless, and annoying and stupid and fattest piece of junk anyone has or ever will see, and he deserves to die in a traffic jam. He was banned from Halloween because he is too scary, even without a costume. No way, I just spent like 5 minutes roasting this idiot. He deserves more roasts, but I don't want this video to last just as long as his journey to find a single strand of hair on his head. The idiot fires another rocket at our beloved Titan, and rams straight through him while firing his lasers. He smiles at the POV, as if he is trying to rub it in our faces that he is winning so far, until he gets thrown down by Titan Speakerman. Titan punches him so hard that he gets a nosebleed, and the wardrobe responds with a plasma delivery from his laser cannons. The Titan decides to kick him and repeat the same move he just did, so the wardrobe repeats his previous attack as well, and now Titan is knocked down by his lasers. He flies behind him and then just leaves. I don't know why. Perhaps he was prioritizing killing the upgraded OG Titan instead of this one, so he left. Or maybe he was on a mission, and he kept this Titan alive to infect him. I don't know. The Titan begins to get up, and 3 disappointed wardrobes stand, waiting for their doom. And then the episode ends, and episode 8 is already on your screens before you know it. It begins with the boss SKIBIDI firing a laser and a rocket at a building, and a large telescope man hiding on the balcony. That's right. We thought that the telescope man first appeared in episode 9, but just like the TV men, their appearance was hyped up by some Easter eggs before they were officially in the series. On the roof, we can see a Strider wardrobe with a laser attached to his head and a blindfold. The POV turns around, and we see an ugly SKIBIDI with glowing orange eyes and futuristic cannons. We can also see a male 09 wardrobe in the background. Most people would think that the futuristic SKIBIDI isn't anything special, but I think otherwise. First of all, we haven't seen these cannons before, and we didn't see them after this at all. They don't have a red or orange glow either, but a blue one. Second, this head is very different compared to all the other heads that we see, and he has a stronger glow from his eyes than other SKIBIDI. Third, that mask looks so futuristic, along with the cannons and the electric fence-looking thing attached to the top and bottom of his wardrobe. It's a shame that he immediately gets stabbed by Titan Cameraman when he was just about to kill the POV with his lasers. Also, we can see a crane in the background, and it is safe to assume that this was a construction site before the war, so here he is. Upgraded Titan Cameraman. He has a bomb cannon instead of a left hand that can also fold down to show a blade. Speaking of blade, he has an epic sword and a new epic jetpack. The Titan fires a bomb at the Strider wardrobe that we saw on the roof, and it gets knocked to ground. Instead of trying to escape, he attempts to jump onto the Titan, but he gets stabbed straight into his face and shot by a new hand beam that shoots red plasma. The idiot gets dunked onto the ground, and the Titan switches his hand cannon for a blade and prepares his jetpack, probably to fight the boss wardrobe. But before he can fight the boss, Titan Speakerman's worst enemy. That's right, a wardrobe. That's blah. Did you notice the evergreen logo on these containers? I did some research and found out that this is actually a shipping company. We can see a tank to the right of the screen, which means that this could have been a military base before and possibly during the war. Obviously, the wardrobe doesn't last long, but can you see the way that his eyes are stitched shut? We have seen SKIBIDIs with stitched mouths before, but really. Anyways, he gets stabbed by Titan's blade, and he uses some sort of force to make his sword fly into his hand, and then he smashes the wardrobe to pieces. A SKIBIDI claw wardrobe flies into the scene, and then immediately attacks that POV, but the POV manages to defend himself until Titan Cameraman can blast him with his plasma cannon, which he does. The Titan stands like a Giga Chad, and look how cool he looks like this. This next part shocked me. A wardrobe flew up to Titan Cameraman, and instead of attacking him, he was friendly. I don't know if this is a traitor to the wardrobes or if Titan Cameraman just has some sort of hypnosis, but maybe it is hypnosis to demotivate the boss wardrobe by creating fake traitors. The Titan throws his sword away, probably so he could show a thumbs up to the wardrobe and point over to where it should go. The scientists were smart to give it the ability it has to control his sword like that. We turn and see the boss wardrobe destroying another building, but these buildings are better than Titan Speakerman last episode, so it doesn't get damaged at all. The SKIBIDI traitor leaves to fight the boss SKIBIDI, and the episode ends with Titan Cameraman staring at the POV cameraman. Episode 9 begins with the POV creeping around, and we can already see a satellite on a rooftop. We can see Titan Speakerman's worst enemy again, but this time he has buzzsaws, a jetpack, wheels, blue disco glasses, and is a lot smaller. He flies up, sees the POV, and is about to kill him when he gets shot down. The wardrobe crashes into a building, and we turn around. Here we see Telescope Baba Gear here. We see Telescope Woman with her snazzy rifle. This originally shot a knife, but later on we can see it shot an electric beam. Behind her, we can see barrels of acid and a tanker probably full of even more acid. All of a sudden, a SKIBIDI rocket helicopter wardrobe flies up and tries to shoot Telescope Woman, but she skillfully dodges and fires back with her rifle. This time, it fires a paralyzing beam, that makes the wardrobe freak out at first, but then just makes it fall to the ground and explode. After that happens, Telescope Man walks into view, and then the episode ends. I must say, I'm hyped for Titan Telescope Man. Episode 10 begins with 2 SKIBIDI wardrobes ready to kill the POV. Look at these signs here. They say change and pottery. If these signs look familiar to you, then good job. This is the same map from episode 48 of SKIBIDI Toilet, where we could see the same signs. One of the wardrobes has long spider-like legs and a machine gun underneath its wardrobe. You can notice that its eyes are stitched shut, and I think I figured out why they stitched them like this. You know how their eyes always glowed orange in the earlier episodes? I think they blindfold them and stitched them shut to avoid revealing them in the dark. You can also notice fleshy tendrils around the gun. If we take a good look at the other wardrobe, we can see that he has 2 electric cannons, with instead of having a jetpack, he instead has fans underneath him that work surprisingly well. He also has a green hat and the same eyebrow-raising devices that fake G-Toilet had in episode 65 of SKIBIDI Toilet. While this wardrobe keeps yapping, he flies over and shoots a poor photo cameraman, and that death looks extremely painful. I want to kill this ugly, musty, woosty, crusty piece of poop. The way he made the cameraman die like that is just not acceptable. He should come and fight me, because I would destroy him with my new upgrades. The POV turns to the right, and we immediately see an orange speakerman getting knocked into a building by a laser wardrobe. We see a truck and crazy reveal. But there is some reverse speech in this episode that I will reveal at the end of the video, so don't click off yet. The Titan Speakerman worst enemy readies his cannons and fires them at the speaker Chad. Out of the smoke, the orange Speakerman throws a knife at the wardrobe, and the SKIBIDI gets sent to afterlife. The Speakerman comes out of the smoke with a tear in his pants and a missing arm. We look up to see the boss SKIBIDI getting blasted by Titan Cameraman. He fires again, and we see the wardrobe that killed the photo cameraman again, but he gets shot quickly. But he survives, so he gets shot into a building for good measure. In this frame, we can notice the signs Gate 5 on the building, and I know why this is. It gets revealed at the end of the episode, though, so watch that. When Titan is about to shoot, we turn and see the Strider from before, and he seems quite interested in the fight that is taking place. The boss rams into the Titan, but the Titan punches back, so the wardrobe flies around behind Titan, but Titan had another secret ability. He shot a laser out of his head, punched him, and then shot him. The boss wardrobe tries to fly away, but he gets shot again, so we turn and see the Strider wardrobe, and he opens his eyes. I thought they were stitched together, but I was wrong. We turn to see 3 military SKIBIDIs firing at us, so we run into this bunker thing, and I know what this is. This is a gate, specifically gate number 5, and there are probably even more of these gates. The gate opens, and then the episode ends. We can see the light coming from the gate, which I actually think is the light of Titan Telescope Man. Anyways, let me show you what they said in reverse. I think we get the point that you are defending, bro. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and Sandro's channel, as both this analysis and the episodes were very hard to make just for you viewers. I will release another video like this when episode 15 releases. Subscribe to all of the channels I show in the description. Thank you for watching and goodbye.